It was an incredible night, night two of WrestleMania, and of course, it finished with Cody finishing the story in no particular order. Jimmy comes in and interferes. Jay counteracts and spears him off of the ramp. Here comes Solo. We hit the spike, and then we hit a spear and a spike. Somehow, some way, Cody kicks out both times. That's when we hear John Cena's music. He runs down, starts clearing house. And as you might imagine, it's not too terribly long before The Rock is here. Considering the history that Rock and Cena have at WrestleMania, this was really cool. And then the bell tolls. And it's The Undertaker, who we saw in a suite earlier in the night, if you're watching on social media. And here he is in street clothes with a choke slam that I think The Rock forgot maybe how choke slams go. But we got one. We got one. It's been a little while. And I think two things I want to touch on here. I was surprised about, maybe more than anything. We went not one, but two nights of WrestleMania, and we didn't hear a single Rock promo. That's weird.
That is weird, isn't it?
What else is weird is the fact that we didn't just get the babyface raising the title above his head and some fireworks go off, and there's the credits. We got a full in-ring happy horseshit send-off. I'm not saying that negative. I'm just saying that's the way Bruce would sometimes call things. Oh, let's do all the happy horseshit. But
that's director talk.
Yes.
Just go do and some happy horseshit at the end, and we're good. Go on.
There you go. We got all the happy horseshit at the end. It was very non-WWE like. He gets Mama Rhodes in there. He gets the whole family in there. They lift him up on their shoulders. They present him the belt. Triple H gives him a big hug. He grabs a microphone, cuts a promo. This isn't happening off air. This is on the main feed of WrestleMania. Normally we get this sort of talk once the cameras are finished. But from the ring, he called down Triple H. And unbelievably, he called down Bruce Pritchard. So Bruce Pritchard, our pal, is in the ring, hugging Cody Rhodes, celebrating the finish of the story. We're not privy to everything Paul says or Bruce says. It's just a real moment, and the cameras are capturing it, just like they might at Centerfield after a Super Bowl. Everything doesn't have to be mic'd up or produced, but that felt like such a departure from the way WWE has been presented. There were kids in the ring. Cody's mom was in the ring. Cody's agent, Wittenstein, was in the ring. Like, these are things that just normally wouldn't happen. What'd you make of this presentation last night? And not just that it happened, but it happened on air.
I don't know whose decision it was to make this departure and to go down this path. Possibly a collective decision. Perhaps it was Paul Levesque's decision. Who knows? And actually, who cares? Because it was such a feel. I think it's so important for this event. It's branding. This is an event that brings people together, and talk about sending people home happy. This was authentic and legit. It's not that, confetti coming down from the sky and, everybody rushing to the ring to congratulate the winner of the match. That's all real. It's not unauthentic, because you actually do feel happy for your peers as they're reaching that level of success, and you get to be a part of it and share it in the ring. The feeling is real. But when you're bringing in family and encouraging that type of thing, it just adds so much value to the experience, to everybody watching at home, wherever they are, to the people in the venue that get to share that moment. I've said vicariously now 3 times on this show so far, maybe a record, I'm not sure. But even the audience in the arena gets to live vicariously through that magic moment they're seeing happen right in front of them, and they can see the tears. They can see the joy. They can feel the joy. It's a vibe. It's an energy, and you get to experience that along with the people in the ring. Nothing more magic than that, and it actually transcends. It transmutes. I think that's a word, transmutes. I'm going to have to look it up when this is over, but I think that the energy transmutes around the world, and even people watching at home can feel it. That's how real it is. Whosever idea it was, bingo. Awesome. Cherry on top.
The MVP.
The fact that we know some of those people, and have relationships with them probably makes it a little more meaningful for you and I.
Yeah.
But even if you don't have a direct relationship with Cody or Michelle, his mother, or his sister, or anybody else, you can. I'll start tearing up if I think about it. You know what I did Saturday afternoon? My daughter, Montana, had a marathon in Las Vegas. This was her 7th marathon. I'm going to put her over just a little bit. This was her 7th marathon, and she really, really wanted to qualify for the Boston Marathon because you have to hit a certain time to even get an invitation to race in Boston. It's kind of like the holy grail for, beginning marathon runners, even advanced ones, like my daughter. But anyway, we go down to meet her at the finish line, and I've got about an hour and a half to myself. And I was just walking around looking at shit, and I started thinking about Dusty. And I was trying to imagine what the conversation would be if I were sitting down at a bar having a beer with Dusty as we're waiting for WrestleMania, night 2 to happen. And what we saw inside of the ring was kind of a version of that. You can feel the emotion. So happy for everybody involved.
How could you not be? It was a special moment. It was a special day. And a lot of it, a big part of it, was Seth Rollins. And I thought that was understated, but well done. Ultimately, what beat Roman Reigns is Roman Reigns choosing to check the box of that grudge, that turn, that betrayal 10 years ago when the Shield broke up. So when they played the Shield music, and here came Seth Rollins in full Shield garb, yielding a chair, and Roman saw his opportunity, he took it. He could have went after Cody and maintained the title, or he could have went after his former enemy and rebut
what a
that.
story beat. What a beat in that story, though. That's Excellent. What I mean. That's such a little thing that had so much power in that particular story. It's envy, jealousy, greed. Yes. Some of the 7 deadly sins, whatever. You can always rely upon one of them to be that beat in a story you need, because everybody understood it. It tied it all together. It made sense. It wasn't a story beat just for the sake of it. It was a story beat that had relevance. It's awesome.